Hey guys, Flamingo here, your coach of Trooper Crabhammers. Today we have a couple things I want to discuss. First, sort of a bit of direction for the channel, hopefully over the next few weeks, months, whatever it may be. But then also a new team reveal for a league that I'm a part of. So in terms of sort of channel announcement, just over a week ago, my wife gave birth to our second child. So I have been losing a lot of time to that. And then on top of that, even though I'll be busy with that, I would also like to probably do some different sort of content on the channel as well, in terms of maybe some showdown laddering sort of sessions, maybe even just some laddering on the what's it called, on the cartridge, on the cartridge ladder. Also, sort of like what me and Wakeman used to do, maybe some challenging best of threes with weird rules, maybe even some current rule set rules. So yeah, kind of hoping to put some extra stuff out on the channel, but we'll have a look. Some team building stuff on Showdown could be also quite nice. But let's get to the important thing, which is the OPL, the new draft I am a part of. So it is the Oceania Premier League, which means I'm going to have a way easier time scheduling with people. So for this league, there's 16 people. I was 17th pick overall. We have 10 picks that we need to choose from. 1 from the S tier, 2 from A, 3 from B, and 4 from C tier / pre-evolution Pokemon. So 10 picks overall. I was 7th going into it. I figured I would try and milk the tier 4 as much as possible. Just because I saw there was lots of value in there. The differential between the best Pokemon in tier 4 to the worst compared to tier 1 was just so massive that I thought if I get on top of that now, I will be able to get some really good usable stuff from the lowest tier. In terms of rules, I think that's all the stuff we really need to go through. So it's Reg E, which means the DLC Pokemon are available. We start on 25th of September. Oh, about to sneeze. So anyway. Anyway, my first pick was Mudsdale, was in tier 4. That's crazy. So I picked that up straight away. It gives me either a bulky snowball mon or even a bit of a sweeper. Especially in Trick Room. That base 35 speed is nothing to laugh at in Trick Room. So my plan for tier 4 was to I wanted fast fake out because there was lots of really good options down there. I wanted something that could fire off big attacks. I got that in Mudsdale. I wanted a fast tailwind setter because there was quite a few options down there for that as well. And then the last option I wasn't sure about. I was going to go for Corviknight, which is in tier 4. Crazy, I know, right? But that someone else also saw the value in that in tier 4, so picked that up round 1. So I went with my fast fake out option for my second pick. So I went for Salazzle in tier 4. Absolutely nutty. So this gives me a quite a good special attacker. B, that really fast fake out that I like. But C, also some really good supportive options. Like Corrosion Toxic is quite good if someone wants to do sort of like stall strategies in front of me. And the fact that I'm Poison type means Toxic's 100% accurate, which means screw your evasion boosts. If that's a path they go down, I'm looking at you, Alolan Muck. So yeah, that was my second pick. Got my fast fake out. Got my offensive mon. Next, I wanted fast Tailwind. I actually got a new DLC Pokemon for this one. Actually, I think this is my only new DLC Pokemon. And it's Volbeat. Volbeat is Prankster and gets Tailwind plus a whole plethora of other moves. Has some really good offensive support options as well. Things like Mud Slap and Chilling Water and Struggle Bug. So yeah, this is going to be a cool mon to use. It gives me that kind of bolsters my fast mode. Just the ability to be able to get that Prankster Tailwind off. After that, let's have a look. All right, my next one. So I wanted to get a Trick Room setter, so I was going to go up to tier 3 to get my Trick Room setter, leave the tier 4s alone for a little bit. I thought, there's a mon that I've always wanted to use, and it also kind of provides me my crutch of an Intimidator. So I went up to tier 3, and it wasn't there. I thought, no way, this is tier 2. Went and looked there, it wasn't there. So it turns out it's actually tier 4, so I went back into tier 4, and I picked up Weird Ear. So Weird Ear is from the Pokemon Legends Arceus. And so it gives me that Intimidate that I really love using, but also has some other really good usable abilities, especially in closed team sheet, gets Frisk. Also gives me that Trick Room setter, has really good coverage. Is it going to be special? Is it going to be physical? I don't know, you tell me. What's it going to be? So yeah, got my Trick Room setter. Things are starting to look good. I've got quite a good Trick Room mode setting up. So I thought I'd bolster it even more. So I went to tier 3. So in the Sandbox Draft League, I had Salandit as one of my picks. Also had Makuhita. So I wanted to kind of do the run back, and I picked up Hariyama as my first tier 3 pick. What do I have to say about this? Has really good supportive options, things like Wide Guard, but then like Guts Close Combat. Get out of here. So that's pretty good. Gives me another Fake Out mon, which is always handy. Means I don't have just Fake Out pressure on the Salazzle all the time. Also means I don't have Fake Out pressure on Hariyama all the time. So from there, I bit the bullet, and I went to my tier 1. And I generally, when I draft, I tend to get quite physically offensive teams. So I really wanted to focus on getting a bit more of a specially orientated team this time. And so my tier 1 pick is Goldango. I've used Goldango on ladder a few times, never used it in draft, but that Make It Rain spread base, 120 odd, is ridiculous. And then you just can't status it at all. I can't status it, you can't status it, no one can status it. So that is, I think a really good offensive piece for me to pick up. The fact that I have a really good Trick Room setter, a really good Tailwind setter, I think that just kind of gives this Pokemon even more value. So then I actually did really want to draft Goldango for this league, full stop. But I also wanted to draft it with this other particular Pokemon. Since this other particular Pokemon has paired with Steel and Ghost types in the past, be it Goldango in Reg A or Aegislash in previous formats. And so I went with Hydreigon, because between Hydreigon and Goldango, they resist every single type in the game, as long as Hydreigon has Levitate. Obviously, there's ways to get rid of Levitate, but yeah. So between those two, resist every single type in the game. I thought that was pretty cool. Want to give that a go. It gives me another good special attacker, so we're starting to build that special offense even more. Could go physical if I wanted to. Also has Tailwind, so now I've got 2 Tailwind options. Hits hard, and it's good. Next, tier 2 Pokemon. Wanted to complete my Fantasy Core, Steel Dragon Fairy. In saying that, I did just complete my Dark Psychic and Fighting Core with Hydreigon, Weird Ear, and the Hariyama. So, tier 2. I stuck in tier 2. There were so many good fairy options to pick from, but I kind of want to do the run back with Screamtail after my atrocious performance in the Great Lakes Draft League. So this can support my team quite well. Gives me another Trick Room setter. Can be that bulky support, annoying Encore Disable shit. But can also just be like a bulky setup mon, and also boost the damage of my own team. So that's going to be quite a good one for me. And then lastly, we have I got 2 more picks. That's my last tier 2. So I went back to tier 3. I actually think my tier 3s are probably my weakest picks. So like I said, I've got my Dark, Fighting, and Psychic core. I've got my Steel Dragon Fairy core. I thought, I've got Salazzle, let's finish the Firewater Grass core. So my next pick was Dreadnought. Dreadnought's got Swift Swim. It's also the Rock type, so it gives me another flying resistance if I need it. But has Swift Swim, so I can, set the Rain Dance with Volbeat, or I think maybe even Screamtail gets Rain Dance. So I've got ways that I can actually have a bit of like a pseudo weather mode. which is quite handy. But yeah, that's about it. Just completes my core. Like I said, I think my tier 3s are my weakest picks. Someone has offered me Barris Scooter for this pick, for Dreadnought. So I'm going to consider that. Maybe just give Dreadnought a few weeks to do its thing. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Finally, last pick, we have the Serena. Gives me completes that Firewater Grass core, but also has some really good abilities and can hit like a truck. Like base 120 attacks, nothing to laugh at, and has really good coverage moves. That Grass isn't the best offensively, but this guy definitely has things that can make up for that. Queenly Majesty stops priority. Also has some other sort of abilities that can work depending on the matchup that I'm going up against. So yeah, that's my team there. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I think sometimes when you draft, you have some ones that you just never feel like bringing. I think with this team, I'm actually going to struggle on cutting down to my final 6. It's because I feel everything is quite strong. Yeah. So let's have a look at my week 1 matchup. So we'll go back here. New. This is my week 1 matchup. Here we go. We're up against, I think it's called Griffith Smalls or something. I can't remember. We could look right here. So yeah, they have. So my fast Pokemon, substantially faster than their fast Pokemon. They do have one Pokemon that's slower than mine. But after that, I've got the next 3 slowest Pokemon. So I think I could go either way, fast mode or slow mode against this. We've got lots of overlapping types, like 2 fire, 3 flying. Is that 2 water? 2 water, 3 grass. By the way, that's not a Toxicroak, that's the Okidogi. And that's not a Flapple, that's the Dipplin. So yeah, I've got that's base 40. Okay, so that looks even worse now. But still, it's a Dipplin, so I'm not too concerned with the Dipplin. This is base 80. So yeah, I think there's lots of type overlap. So maybe I can take advantage. There's two poison types, 2 dark types. So yeah, lots of overlap. I think my only overlap is Screamtail and Weirdy, which is cool. Anyway, guys, that's me. Log it off. I'll see you all next time.